Today we have a challenge for you.
Okay.
We're going to show you the poster of a movie, and it's going to be your job to try and figure out what the movie is about.
Okay, cool.
Panic. No, not panicking. Let's go.
Okay.
Okay, wow.
What are you looking at?
I see a bunch of sheep.
This feels like a bad dream to me.
It's one of those movies where, like, it's got simple themes, man and woman, woman and sheep, sheep and sheep. They love each other, sheeple.
I don't know if the sheep are literal sheep or a metaphor for people, but I'm guessing it's about aliens, about the moon landing and how we're being controlled by the moon landing. If they're literal sheep, then I assume that the sheep are aliens.
What would you call this movie?
Sheepin' ain't cheatin'.
Sheeps without gravity.
Sheeple on the moon.
Wool over your eyes, look to the skies, and realize. It's a long title.
We're going to give you the title of the movie, and we'll go from there.
Okay, I may have been slightly wrong.
The circle of friends, they get together and they dish about their lives, and this sheep is living like the celebrity life. Sheep sex in the city.
This movie is about this special sheep and its ability to, like, change the world of astrophysics.
A young boy who dreamed he wanted to travel to space, right?
And the farmer suffers from dementia and has no idea what his sheep are doing, really, and barely feeds them.
And the sheeps were kind of jealous because the boy on the farm wasn't hanging out with him anymore. So the sheeps are like, I have to get this guy back, and decide to travel to space.
But this sheep, with its miraculous intelligence, is able to construct a radio antenna, start a revolution, and eventually take over the television of 1984.
Okay, so we're going to show you the tagline, based on the true story of what we didn't see.
To be honest, I'm still gonna look in the same answer.
Maybe we get to go back and flash back to all these bad dates this sheep has had.
So I assume that that sheep in general played a crucial part in the moon landing?
And the trouble it's having at work.
Like Neil Armstrong was raised by sheep. That's what it is.
The Dish is a story of a remote Australian antenna taking part in one of the world's greatest adventures. In July 1969, as NASA prepares for the first manned voyage to the moon, a team of Australian scientists are asked to use their telescope's dish in the middle of an Australian sheep farm as a backup receiver for the television transmission should the main US receiver fail. The cultural differences between the locals and NASA's technicians seem incompatible, but when a change in Apollo 11's schedule means the Australian dish will actually have to pick up the vital broadcast from the moon, everybody ultimately teams up to pull the show together.
So there's nothing about sheep's dating lives in here, or problems at work, or anything like that.
Who made this movie? A terrible idea.
How did the sheep come into this? Were they just purely comedic effect, or did they actually save the day?
The movie is actually based on the true story of the Parkes antenna in New South Wales, Australia. At the time of the moon landing, the moon was invisible from North America, and Australia was the only place that could receive the pictures from the first steps on the moon.
Wow. Now we all know that important aspect of Australian history.
Wow, I should have probably studied more in school. Wasted all my time talking to girls. Bad move.
Now that you know the actual story of the film, what do you think of the poster?
I gotta say that is a pretty good poster considering, you know what I mean?
I think it's a little misleading. I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed.
It's a daring thing to focus on the sheep when the movie's actually about, like, a signal loss.
I would have to rate it a 3, but on its side, because that looks the most like a sheep.
Maybe about a 6 out of 10.
Promotes the movie? 10 out of 10, for sure.
I mean, look how attractive the sheep are in this. Every sheep is sexy. It's sex appeal.
They nailed it. They killed it. This is what I wanted to